Imagine that all the people that can benefit from your services and products are here. They're all over the world, or all over the country, all over the city, wherever you can contribute. All those are people that actually can benefit from you, from what you have to give them. They are a small niche. They belong to whoever you can give them the maximum. Okay? Maybe there are hundreds of those, maybe thousands, maybe millions or billions if you're on the internet. Okay? Whatever it is. And they're all over the place. However, some of them, you manage to put them in what we call the circle of trust. This is the circle of trust. And a few of them, maybe not a lot, but maybe a few people, you manage to put them into your circle of trust, which means they trust you. They trust you. They trust on what? That you're a nice person? No. That you trust them. They trust you that what? That you will deliver the value that you promise. That's all. That's all. Those people you manage to make them trust you that you will deliver the value that you promised. Now here's the big thing that it might intuitively make sense, but most of us are just not thinking about it. They did this research again and again, and they found out that those people, it's much cheaper, much easier, and much faster to sell them something than those people. Does that make sense? Those are not trusting you yet, those trust you yet. So if you offer them something, it's much, much faster, much easier to get them to say yes. Now, some research shows that it's 30, 40 times easier, cheaper and faster. Some research shows 7 or 8 times. Any way you look at it, it's better to have as many people as possible here. Would you agree? You want to bring as many people as possible into your circle of trust. Now, here is what you do, as well as every company outside in the world. So in order not to point a finger on anybody, let me give you an example of a car company. Not the Ferrari anymore, any different car. Ford. Anybody knows Ford? Now, this happened 2 years ago or something, so it's not anymore relevant, but they still do that all the time. Other companies, also Ford. They are going out there and putting huge billboard saying, Ford is the new car. That was 2 years ago. Today they put all the other cars. And they put the price, right? From $17,995. And what do they expect from this billboard? That you will buy it, right? Now, if I'm not yet in the circle of trust, which means I never drove a Ford, I don't know Ford, I don't like Ford, and I don't trust Ford necessarily, would the billboard that tells me that that car is the new Ford will going to convince me to shell 18,000 euros of my money and put it on a car dealership, on a Ford dealership? Would it? Why do they do that then? It's to convince those people that are already driving a car, right, or a Ford. But isn't it easy to just send them an email? You have them in your database, right? You already sold them before, or the garage that deals with Ford know them. Then send them an email. It's free, and you can talk to them. And you don't have to say, the stupid sentence, the car is the new Ford. Just tell them, the new Ford is better than the old Ford. We'll take the old Ford. We'll give you 2,000 euros of take this car. Wouldn't they get better results? But no, they are the smart car companies. That was 2 years ago. And you know what? It worked. But it doesn't work anymore. Right? What happens to the car companies, one after another? But they continue. All the billboards outside do the same. Because they never were willing to change their business model. And you do the same. You're advertising or promoting your services and you say, hey, you send a proposal to somebody. How many of you are sending proposals in order to get a job, to get a deal? All right, so let's take you for example. How many of you ever you got what the job is and you send the proposal and at the end you put the amount. And the amount was whatever, 5,000 euros, whatever, 1,000 euro, any amount. Anybody do that before? Okay, did you do that for a company that don't know you? Right? Great, it's the same thing. You're just asking them to spend 5,000 euros with you when they don't know you. It's like going with somebody for a first date, blind date, and asking them to marry you. Some of them will say yes, but how many? Not too many. If you want to understand why you didn't sign so many deals, it's because you're trying in a blind date to ask somebody to marry you. You might get lucky, but you need to be very, very good looking for that. Do you understand? It's a good metaphor. Okay? We don't do that. We don't ask you to come for a course for 2,500 euros because you wouldn't come. And I think you're right. You don't know us. In a way, what I did, I paid you to be here. You know, so maybe the money didn't go to you, so it goes to the place, but I paid you to be here. Isn't it? So what happens to your risk? Very, very low. I don't ask you to marry me. I ask you, would you have a coffee? And you chose to say yes. You chose to say yes. Most of you stayed here, which means that you like the coffee. Maybe we'll have another date tomorrow. I'm not joking. You build the trust slowly, slowly. Of course, I would like to sell to all of you a training of 2,500 euros because I think you should. I think it will change your life so fast you won't believe it. But if I will tell you that and I will put this great advertisement telling you your life will change, take 3 days with us and change your life, double your income, most of you will not believe it. So most of you will not shell that money. But if I'm bringing you here, giving you 2 days for free, when I give you so much value that you see, hey, you know, it's working, then hopefully at one point or another you say, hey, I want to go for the next step. I want to double my income. I'm ready to become financially free, or whatever it is that you choose. Slowly, slowly, you build up trust.